Hey guys, hey look man. I know we normally do marketing videos a little different. Hang on, I got to get this here mic ready to go. Uh Bella is in finals week, so don't want to bug her. Okay. And she said to let you know that she will be back next week. And of course, she'll be in person probably, and we'll just see how that goes though. But I know she had some things she wanted to discuss with you, so I told her that I would come up with some things, that we use, and that maybe, you guys might find that useful in some way, some form, some fashion. And so here I came up with 5 ideas, right? These are unique, lazy friendly, and extremely inexpensive. I mean, like very, very, very simple to do. And this is something that the smoke shops, or really any shop, could use for marketing. And, uh, and let's talk about it and see what you think. And it's not going to take a lot of time. It's not going to take a lot of money. It's not going to take a lot of energy. And I like to think of it as very lazy friendly. That's a good word for me. Lazy friendly, because I am a man and I tend to be a little lazy. I mean, I literally open up bologna, take the wrap off of it, and eat it. I know that sounds crazy. No, I don't need bread. I just put a little mustard on it and call it a day. You know, uh, I'm just thinking, maybe some of you guys are a lot like me. You've got other things that's got to get done, and this is not one of them. And so I'm just saying, okay, I'm just saying that's kind of how I feel about it. And I know I am not the only guy that does that. Okay, so here we go. First idea I got was like a counter cam counter, like right on the counter, right in the front. And it's to make like social media clips, just 15 seconds or less, maybe you do a little longer. I don't know. Uh, you like, you take your phone and you place it like on a tripod, like here's something I like to use here. Let me get this off so we don't goof this up, and it's very simple, very inexpensive. And you place it like, you turn it long ways, horizontal, so that you can get the whole big picture. But remember where the camera's at. The camera's going to be right at the very top. Okay. And then you once a day you record a quick 10-15 second video of a product being unboxed. Like you'll literally, here's your product. You'll open it up and say, "Ooh," and you'll show them what's in it. And then you'll also, restock it, hand it to a customer. Of course, let them know what's up. And then you'll add text over top of it, new drop, or customer fave, or favorite, whatever you want to say. And and you could use like a free app like CapCut, or even Instagram has its own editing app, and so does Facebook as far as that goes. And if you think about it, this is why it works. It's short, and people's attention spans suck because they're so used to flipping through TikTok and shit. And it's kind of a real time content, and it shows off the inventory, and it builds trust within the customer, and it makes the store feel active and cool without editing or planning it very much, right? Like lazy level, nine out of 10, and cost zero. And how long does it take to do? 5-10 second clips, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day, 5-10 minutes worth of edit time, and I'm talking like, customer fave, and put some little, emojis and some shit around it. Call it a day. What do you think? I think that's pretty easy right there to do, right? So, number two, this is what I got. Okay. Text 5 friends. It's a referral challenge, right? Just do a referral challenge, right? And this is how it works. You put up a small sign, usually around the counter, or throughout the building, your store, right? And here's what it should say. Like, let me think. Okay, Text five friends. Text five friends our store name and get $5 off your purchase today, and just show us the sent text. You know, just to prove it. You know, to claim your $5. Show us the text where you text five friends, the store name, you know, where you're at. Okay. Now, Chad, why does that work? Who gives a shit where they're at? Well, it creates an instant word of mouth and buzz, and it costs nothing. I mean, really, to do right, it costs you $5, you know, for the customer. But I mean, if you got 10 or 12 customers doing it, but you know, they're already buying something, so who gives a shit? And they have to buy something, you know, in order to use it, right? And it's cheaper than boosting a post, right? And then, you know, immediately they you know, you have to ask yourself, why would they even care where they're at, right? Well, so hey man, are you at the smoke shop? See if they've got this paper. See if they've got this wrap. Do they have this disposable? What's their gummies look like? Can you take a picture? You know, that does work, man. It's really very easy, lazy, 10 out of 10, you know, for that, right? It costs $5 per customer, and it's just a discount. That's like if it's a $20 item, that's like 25% off. I mean, so what? You know, you're not going to get advertising like that anywhere else, right? And all you got to do is just make some signs, and like literally, you'll take a piece of, you know, paper, and or you know, you'll print it out on your printer, and you'll paste them throughout the store, maybe even one place, you know, so they got to come right to the counter to do it. And if I thought I was getting $5 off 20, I'm doing it. I'll text five people, no problem. I would do that. And you know, and we're talking about lazy, inexpensive things here. So we're not talking about anything nuts. All right. We're not talking about something in depth where it's going to take a tremendous amount of time on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, Pinterest, or anything like that. You're not going to have to boost it in any way, right? So the next thing, I saw this done. We've never done this personally, mainly because there's usually perfs on my windows. So there's no way to do this, right? And it's called what do they call it? Oh yeah, post-it note window deals. Okay, and let me tell you how it works. Right, I saw it done, and I thought to myself, how does that work? I messaged them. They told me, and they said, you write on the post-it note. You know, the little yellow. Sometimes they're blue, pink, green, and you write on it today only. Okay, on these neon post-it notes, right? And you stick them directly to the shop window or the door. The door works great too, because they got to come to the door. And it says on it like all grinders $2 off today. Okay. Well, $2 off don't sound like a big deal, right? Well, that's 20%, you know, on a $10 grinder. You know, well, what about $25 grinder? You know, that's nothing. That's nothing. Okay. Well, okay, yeah, but $2 is $2. You know, have you been to McDonald's lately? It's not cheap. It's not cheap. Or you know, the buy one get one half off, like cone deal or paper deal, you know, something like that. But I mean, it's the post-it note. It's the only advertisement of it. It's not going to be at the, you know, it's only on the window or on the door, nowhere else. And that's the only place they can see it, right? And then let me tell you why it works. Apparently, this is the reason it works. Let me think how they said it. That these random deals would trigger impulse buys. Now, these can't be like 20% off all water pipes today only. Well, I mean, yeah, that works, but I might not need a water pipe, you know. But the buy one get one half cone, yeah, I could use a cone. Yeah, you know, maybe you know. $5 off a glass pipe, you know, $20 and more. Oh, okay, I might could use a glass pipe, you know. And then it's like it grabs their attention for anybody walking by, and they see it. Man, then it becomes one of them things where they apparently would look for the deal on the window before they'd even walk in the store. Okay. And then once they found it, you know, then they'd walk in. Even if they didn't buy that, if they didn't come for that, it's not a big deal. You know, if they're there for a hookah or some shit like that, you know, they may not use that, but at least they looked for it, and you know it's working. All right, that's more of a 9 out of 10 deal because it's not hard to do, but you got to come up with it. You got to find out what your margin is in the product, right? And then it costs a couple of bucks for a pack of post-it notes, and it really literally takes 2 minutes a day. Get it up there, post it, and then take it off, do it again tomorrow, take it off, do it again tomorrow, take it off, do it again tomorrow. And it's real simple. Now if you're really slick, what you'll do is you'll hold on to those post-it notes and you'll just scroll back through them, have 2 or 3 weeks worth that you can pick from, and it even takes less time to do. I'm just saying. All right, think about it like that. That's all I'm saying. Number 4, um, uh, bag message promotion. Yeah, let's do a bag message, right? Let me tell you how it works, okay? Don't get ahead of yourself here. All right, you write a single promo code or discount on every bag and or receipt with a pin. With a pin. Next visit, I don't know, 10% off if you say pineapple. Okay, or leave us a Google or Yelp or something, review and get a free lighter. Okay, and you write it on every bag, or the receipt, in case you're using those white plastic bags and you can't really write on them. It sucks. And so you write it right on the receipt, you drop it in the bag, and there you go, right? And let me tell you, this is the only reason it works. It's simple, okay? And it turns every sale into a chance to create a repeat business and or boost your online prospects and presence, and your reviews get higher, and your reputation gets better. All right, it's more of an 8 out of 10 lazy thing. It costs shit to do, man. I mean, the ink out of your fucking pen, that's all it costs you to do, and it takes an extra second on the transaction, and then it becomes a game between you and the customer, and you let them know, hey, read your receipt. Boom, put it in there, right? But listen, let me give you a little bonus to that. Always write, thanks so much for helping us out. Write that too. Okay. People like to know you appreciate their effort. I do. I like that. I like when I go to the restaurant and she says, thank you for being so kind to me. I read that one time and I never forgot it. I just never forgot it. And then from that moment on, I was extremely nice to most every single person that bring my food to me. Mainly I don't want them to spit in it, but I also want them to get my drink. And Jamie's a water drinker, so if she doesn't start getting enough water, she starts sucking on the straw, trying to pull out everything off the ice. And then I'm just saying. But anyway, I try to be very nice to the server, but when she wrote that, I just never forgot it. And so from that moment on, I tried to be that person. And I know that everybody wants to help. That's the way people truthfully are. Let me think of another good one. Pick a product raffle. Okay. And you do this weekly, right? And what you do is you pick a $5, a $10 product each week, right? And you use like like one of them plastic fish bowls or even a glass fish bowl, the cheap ones you buy at the hobby spots, and the customers drop in, they write on their piece of paper their name and their phone number for a chance to win, right? With purchase. Remember, with purchase. All right. So they spend $10 and they get one chance in the fishbowl per day. All right. Just remember, one per day. So if they come in 2 or 3 times a day, fuck you. It don't matter. All right. And you promote it with handwritten signs, win this grinder, no purchase necessary. Okay. But it is, you do, because they have to purchase it, to put in there. Otherwise there'll be people just sitting there all day long, putting in fucking chances. Right. But on the other hand, if you don't want them to purchase anything, you can do it that way, because you're just going to reach down there and pick one. Then they got to come all the way back in to get it. And I always like to make it, you got to be here in 24 hours or we pull the next one out. So, and they have to be willing to take a picture so that you can promote that you actually gave it away, and your customers don't start believing that, oh, this is just all bullshit. They never even give it away. You know, you have to let people see it, right? And let them know that yes, it actually happened. Yes, here's the person. And but I kind of changed my mind about it now. I like the idea of them purchasing something in order to be able to be in the drawing. But if you do that, I think you kind of got to put it a little higher than that. And so if you're going to do the no purchase necessary, the $5 to $10 product is a good idea. But if you're going to make them buy something, we always had them get a nicer water pipe or a nicer grinder or a nicer hand pipe. That's the way we've always done it. Why this works, it builds excitement. It captures leads because you've got their phone number that you can text to now. You got their name, that you can put in your system. You might even want them to add their email so that you can contact them by email. And in some states, though, remember, boys and girls, you've got to have them fill out a form that says they're cool with you texting, calling, or marketing to them. In some states, that's necessary. So be aware of that as well. Check your local state. I don't, because I'm no lawyer, believe you me. And anyway, it gets people to return and follow your shop on social media. And it always tells, that way they can see the winner announcement. And that's a big deal. So like if you put it on Facebook, hey, XYZ girl won this grinder. Hey, you got 24 hours from this time right here to get here, or we'll be drawing another person. And chances are, if they're not following your social, they don't know, but you do have their phone number, so you can give them a call. I'm just letting you know. All right. And the lazy part of this, there's a 10-minute setup here. It costs you about $5 to $10 a week, depending on what kind of merchandise you give away. And I mean, this is what, an 8 out of 10, maybe. This is very easy to do, y'all. Just saying. All right, think about it. All right, that's what I got for today. That's 5. That's enough, right? And I will let you know more. I'll have Bella. I'll tell her that you all missed her, and I know I missed her. And but we got to get this video out because I know you need it. All right, so there you are. There's some easy, cheap, lazy friendly ways to do some marketing, and hopefully you'll get something out of that. All right, y'all, that's all I got for today, man. We'll get Bella next Monday. She'll be back on here, hopefully. And if not, shit, I'll come up with some other things. How about that now? See, old dad, he still got it in him. All right, talk to you later. Have a good day. We love you. See you next time. Bye.